let's talk about my postings. I think all the civil servant aspirants are really excited, to talk about and to listen about postings of the officers, because that's there where, officers are in action. For the first time, they get a chance to apply everything that they learn, and they really want all the things that they wanted to do for the society, they are able to do. So even I was very excited for my first posting. I belong to Madhya Pradesh, and I was given my first posting in Haryana. My first posting was in Rohtak division. I was SSP Rohtak. And this Rohtak division actually consisted of 3 districts: Rohtak, Bahadurgarh and Jhajjar. So I was taking care of, or I was in charge of, postal administration of all the 3 districts. तो जितने भी पोस्ट ऑफिसेस इन डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स में आते थे, इनका ओवरऑल इंचार्ज, उनका ओवरऑल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन मुझे देखना था. By administration of these post offices, I mean the complete responsibility, looking after their operations, looking after their HR management, looking about their finances, everything you are taking care of the entire division. And it was initially it sounded okay and easy, and I was very excited about it. But then over a period of time, I realized that getting work done was very difficult. Why was it difficult? Because I realized कि एक ऑफिसर ही एक ऐसा व्यक्ति होता है जो उस विभाग का मेहमान होता है. वो आता है और वो चला जाता है. उसके बाद बाकी लोग तो वहीं रह रहे होते हैं. वो तो पूरा एक परिवार बन गया होता है. उस परिवार में अपनी जगह बनाना और फिर उनसे काम करवाना अपने आप में एक कला है, जो मुझे लगा कि IQ से नहीं, हम EQ से सीख पाते हैं. So, the importance of emotional quotient in an administration is something that I learned right from my first posting. In the first posting, I was posted in a place which is considered to be very patriarchal. You all know Haryana is considered to be very patriarchal. And I was posted in a district, in a division, जहाँ मेरे पहले बस एक ही कोई महिला अधिकारी आई थी. So somehow the employees were not very used to take orders from a lady officer, and it was slightly difficult for them to take it. And I can recall an incident where I went on inspection to one of the post office. एक झज्जर गांव में एक छोटा सा पोस्ट ऑफिस था, जहाँ पर मैंने पोस्ट मास्टर को किसी चीज़ के लिए कहा था कि आप ये ऐसे काम नहीं ऐसे करना है, एंड समथिंग लाइक दैट. एंड ही स्ट्रेट अवे टोल्ड मी दैट जनाना के राज में हम काम नहीं करेंगे. So, that came to be as a very big surprise that, we still live in a country where people do not want to take orders from a female. Doesn't matter if she's officer, doesn't matter if she's your senior or something like that. So, such kind of cultural challenges are always there. I had to handle it in a very, very subtle way. I had to understand their psyche and made them realize that they have to take me as an officer and not as a male or a female officer. So that was the first lesson learned, that an officer does not have any gender. An officer is an officer, and always keep this in mind that there will be various cultural aspects, and you will be viewed from those cultural lenses, but you have to really ensure through your actions that you are an officer and there is no gender associated for that officer. So that was my first takeaway from my first posting, which helped me to a large extent. But I was then posted to a totally opposite place, from Haryana, which is a very strong patriarchal place, जहाँ पर ऊंची आवाज़ में ही बात करना होता है अगर आपको अपने आप को समझाना है, to a place I was posted जहाँ पर अगर आप ऊंची आवाज़ में बात करेंगे, you will be taken as somebody who is very dictatorial. So I was posted in West Bengal. My second posting was in West Bengal. I was posted as SSP Central Kolkata. This was a very interesting posting. As SSP, Senior Superintendent of Post Offices, Central Kolkata Division, I was expected to, of course, look after the overall postal administration of the Central Kolkata region, division. which had all the important areas of Kolkata city, and hence it was an important division for my circle. There I faced a very very unique kind of a challenge. You might be aware and that West Bengal has a very leftist kind of a leaning, and वहाँ union culture बहुत ज़्यादा strong है. There was even if you pushed them for any work, it was seen as an encroachment of their rights. Life was very slow. Nobody wanted to do more than anything that they're expected to do, not even what they're expected out of their duty to do. And when I took out some transfer orders which were completely objective and as per the rules, I was considered as somebody who is against the people, and and they started all the unions started dharna against me, and I remember they all gherawed my office, and they started protesting that this officer should go back. And then they were saying in Bengali, and I just couldn't understand what they were talking. So I asked my my clerk that ये लोग बाहर बंगाली में मेरे अगेंस्ट क्या नारे लगा रहे हैं. So they said नहीं मैडम, वो कुछ नहीं, बस वो यही कह रहे हैं कि हमारा तो अच्छे ने कुछ नहीं बिगाड़ा, ये मच्छर क्या बिगाड़ेगा. So now so I told them, अच्छा आप बंगाली में ये कन्वर्ट करके बता दो उन्होंने कि मैं डेंगू का मच्छर हूँ. डेंगू का मच्छर काफ़ी नुकसान कर सकता है. So these were such incidences which are very funny, but really it really helped me to establish myself as an authority there, and to make them understand that no means a no and a yes means a yes. You have to do things. And then gradually I realized that यहाँ पर administration का तरीका बहुत अलग होना पड़ेगा. Here I could not act as an authoritarian leader. I had to become a very 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 empathetic leader. I started learning their culture. I started speaking in Bengali, and then gradually I realized कि यहाँ पर हम प्यार से सब कुछ करवा सकते हैं. And once I started listening to their problems, like I started visiting post offices, so I realized कि वहाँ महिलाओं के लिए separate ladies toilet ही नहीं है. And this is why women wanted to go early to home, and this is why they wanted to come late, so that you don't have to use a urinal while they are in the office. So there were problems like this, and it was really surprising for me कि हम लोग we are living in this 21st century where I could not provide post offices with women toilets, ladies toilets. So we got many ladies toilets constructed. I used to call meetings and listen to the problems of the postmasters. They had very little and basic expectations from their division head. And जब वो expectations हम पूरी करने लगे, अपने आप उनका नज़रिया अपने leader के प्रति, now I was not taken as their leader, their officer, I was taken as their leader. I was seen as their family member and a family head. And the result was this, that we outperformed all the divisions in Kolkata with respect to the revenue performance, with respect to any other activity or responsibility that was given to us. Our division, which used to be a really laid back division, became one of the best performing division in a very most time. So that was something that I learned in my second posting, that you have to change your style of leadership the moment you change the area of posting. You have to understand the local culture and work accordingly. Then I was posted, then my third posting, then I was moved from Calcutta to Delhi. I was transferred to Delhi, and in Delhi I was given a posting of mail operations. So postal operations require a different kind of skill set. In mail operations you have to perform a little different kind of a job, and it is much more demanding in terms of the working hours, because यहाँ पर हम चिट्ठियाँ I was posted as SSRM Delhi Sorting Division. Which is आप यहाँ पर पूरे इंडिया से जो नॉर्थ दिल्ली की चिट्ठियाँ आती थी, नॉर्थ इंडिया की चिट्ठियाँ आती थी और पार्सल्स आते थे और ये सारी चीज़ों की सॉर्टिंग यहाँ पर होती है. तो यहाँ पर सेट सिस्टम की तरह काम होता है, 24 घंटा काम होता रहता है, 24 घंटे चिट्ठियाँ सॉर्ट होती है और फिर वो पूरे देश के लिए मूव होती है. सो आई हैड अ वेरी चैलेंजिंग सिचुएशन, बिकॉज मेरे पहले 1986 में कोई एक लेडी ऑफिसर वहाँ एज SSRM दिल्ली बनकर आई थी. उसके बाद आई वेंट एज अ फीमेल SSRM ऑफिसर. So, people used to come and see कि अच्छा female SSRM कैसा दिखता है. Many people used to come to notice that, okay, I mean, how does a female SSRM look like? And then, क्योंकि हमारे ऑफिसेस रेलवे स्टेशन पे होते थे जहाँ पर रात को 12 बजे भी काम होता था, तो आई यूज्ड टू गो एट नाइट. मैं मिडनाइट में भी वहाँ पर इंस्पेक्शन के लिए जाती थी, तो ऑटो में जाती थी. ऑटो में इसलिए जाती थी कि अगर कार में जाऊँगी तो सबको पता चल ही जाएगा कि मैं आ रही हूँ. So, obviously the performance would be all right. I wanted to, do surprise checks. So I will go in an auto and I'll do surprise check. One big problem that I saw in that office was कि कोई काम ही नहीं करना चाहता था. Nobody was motivated. Nobody wanted to work. And I was not understanding कि ये motivation गायब क्यों है. Then I realized कि यहाँ सबसे बड़ा problem है alcoholism. चूँकि एक तो area was Kashmiri Gate area. सेकेंड द थिंग इज़ कि चूँकि वर्किंग कंडीशंस इतनी डिफ़िकल्ट हैं और लिविंग कंडीशंस इतनी अनहाइजीनिक थी कि पीपल वेर रिजॉर्टिंग अल्कोहलिज्म टू कोप अप दैट सर्कमस्टांस. सो मैंने सोचा कि अल्कोहलिज्म को हम डायरेक्टली तो बंद नहीं कर सकते, इसको हम इनडायरेक्टली ही बंद कर सकते हैं. वी स्टार्टेड इन्वॉल्विंग पीपल टू मेक देम अंडरस्टैंड कि अ वर्क प्लेस इज समथिंग दैट दे नीड टू बी प्राउड ऑफ. सो हमने स्वच्छ भारत कब तक आ चुका था, स्वच्छ भारत अभियान. हमने बहुत सारे स्वच्छाग्रहीज बनाए, सारे अलग अलग यूनिट्स में सफाई की कंपटीशन रखी. हमने उन्हीं को बोला कि आपको ऑफिस के बाद अपना ऑफिस साफ करना है और जिसका ऑफिस सबसे साफ पाया जाएगा उसको अवार्ड में जो वो चाहेंगे वो मिलेगा. लाइक पीपल वांटेड फैन, पीपल वांटेड कूलर, पीपल वांटेड बेसिक एमिनिटीज लाइक वाटर फिल्टर, वो भी नहीं था. So we could provide all such facilities and this is how we developed a sense of pride in them. Then हम लोगों ने उनके लिए working condition improve करने के लिए we started providing them with recreation club बनाया, उनकी कैंटीन ठीक करी, उन्हें हमने कूलर्स, इंडस्ट्रियल कूलर्स प्रोवाइड करे ताकि वो गर्मी में ठीक से काम कर सके. इन छोटी छोटी हमने स्टाफ वेलफेयर एक्टिविटीज़ करके उनका मन जीता, उन्हें ये फील करवाया कि वो भी महत्वपूर्ण है. और सिर्फ उस फीलिंग के आने के बाद उनका परफॉर्मेंस 100% चेंज हो गया. वी वर अ डिवीजन जो रेवेन्यू के टर्म्स में दिल्ली में लास्ट डिवीजन थे फॉर लास्ट 6, 7, 8 years. एंड हम 8 महीने में वी शोड 400% रेवेन्यू ग्रोथ ओनली बाय मेकिंग देम फील दैट दे आर इम्पॉर्टेंट, देयर नीड्स आर इम्पॉर्टेंट एंड वी आर देयर फॉर देम. So that was a life-changing experience for them when I realized कि हर इंसान के अंदर महत्वपूर्ण होने की महत्वाकांक्षा होती है और अगर हम उनकी इस इच्छा को पूरी कर देते हैं we can really prove to be a very good leader. So this was one good experience that helped me to evolve as a better officer. So I can say that all of my field postings really taught me different things and each challenging day gave me one big lesson. So हम challenging times में ज़्यादा सीखते हैं as compared to our comfortable days. So after these 3 field postings, I was picked up in the headquarter and I was posted at Dak Bhavan Postal Headquarter in Delhi. Here my first posting or overall my 4th posting was ADG, Darpan and DBT. ADG stands for Assistant Director General. Basically, we assist the Director General of Post and the Secretary Post in making decisions and carrying out overall administration of the country. And in that particular work, I was given the responsibility of Project Darpan and Project DBT. Now, what is Project Darpan? Basically, we have 1,29,000 post offices in rural areas and this Project Darpan actually took the responsibility of providing rural ICT information technology to all these post offices. So all these post offices earlier which were working on manual in a manual way had come on an online way. So now all these post offices do online postal and financial transactions using a handheld device, a POS device. So that's the project Darpan. And another thing that I was taking care of was DBT. You all must have read a lot about DBT during your civil service preparation, and you must be studying about it. Now, the Government of India credits the subsidies and the benefits directly into the account of the beneficiaries for different social security schemes. So these direct benefit transfers are routed through banks as well as through post offices. तो पूरे डाक विभाग के थ्रू जितनी भी डीबीटी दी जाती थी उसकी जिम्मेदारी, उसका देख रेख मुझे एज एडीजी डीबीटी देखना होता था. दिस वाज अ वेरी वेरी interesting posting because I could, any decision that we were enabling from the Dak Bhavan had an impact on 1,29,000 post offices. So that whole idea was in itself, really thrilling. Any decision that we would take with respect to onboarding of a DBT scheme for post, to be routed through post office will give an advantage to one beneficiary in a rural hinterland. So it really was an satisfying experience as ADG Darpan and DBT. The most, but again, I realized that maybe I have a tendency to take human angle in every posting that I go in. So it was a purely a technical post, I had to look after an an IT project, and so I thought, आपको technical knowledge बहुत होना चाहिए. And I'm a student of sociology. I did humanities, and I was given a project which was purely an IT project. तो मुझे लगा था मैं बिल्कुल भी ठीक से इसको handle नहीं कर पाऊंगी because it did not match my specialization. However, I realized over a period of time that for technology, you have technical experts, you have a technical team, but the people who will be handling the technology are humans. And the key to make this project successful is actually the man management. You have to make them understand the significance of that technology. You have to make them understand the significance of that change that it will bring in. You have to understand that training is very important and how you train them well. And overall, the biggest key to success of any large scale project is communication from bottom to top. So I realized what I started doing in this posting. I started visiting many offices, BO, branch offices, rural post offices in different parts of the country, and started taking feedback from the branch postmasters. And we also started interacting with spokes from different states to get to know what are the good practices, what are the bad practices. We realized कि कुछ states बहुत अच्छा perform कर रहे हैं, कुछ states बिल्कुल ठीक perform नहीं कर रहे हैं. And we made WhatsApp groups, we made clusters, जिसमें कुछ good performing हमने divisions रखे, कुछ bad performing रखे, and we allowed them to talk to each other. So we realized that they learned much better and much faster when they interacted with themselves and exchanged knowledge amongst themselves. So that was that experiment of knowledge sharing, of having free communication and having a bottom to up communication really helped. So many of you study in public administration, that the administration should be bottom to up, the communication should be bottom to up, but we really don't understand the significance of it when we are writing in it on our exams and studying it in our books. But I really had a first-hand experience on how bottom to up approach really helps to make any of the project or any of the initiative very successful. After this posting came my latest posting where I'm posted right now, which is ADG Technology. So I'm currently in the same headquarters, but my responsibility has changed. Now I'm looking after the overall technology of the department. It's more like assisting all different divisions of the department with respect to the technical aspect. So it is very challenging because right now Department of Post has really modernized itself and digitized itself under a project called as IT Modernization Project 2012. but now we are in the process of entering into the next phase of this project. So I'm learning very different aspects of how does a project happen in the government, how a note is made, how you get an approval from Ministry of Finance, how do you write in the notes, how do you onboard vendors, tenders कैसे होते हैं, vendors कैसे onboard होते हैं, RFPs कैसी लिखी जाती हैं. So it is a very big learning experience even for me to work as ADG technology right now in the department. So these are my experience so far in the postings is concerned. And one experience that I really missed sharing with you all was that in the process I realized that Department of Post can play a very big role in financial inclusion. आप लोगों ने financial inclusion के बारे में काफ़ी कुछ पढ़ा होगा, and you all might realize that despite so many efforts, despite Jan Dhan Yojana, despite that entire jam trinity, using of mobile phones, using of technology and everything, we are still not able to achieve the goal of 100% financial inclusion. Now, why is that happening? I think it is happening because of 2-3 reasons. The biggest reason is the penetration of banks into the rural areas of the country, financial literacy, and lack of trust amongst people for financial institutions. And I think post office can play a very big role there. बिकॉज एक तो हम लोग हर ग्रामीण क्षेत्र में हमारा प्रेजेंस है, दूसरा ब्रांच पोस्ट मास्टर एक बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुल रिलेशनशिप एंजॉय करता है हर गांव ग्रामीण कस्टमर के साथ, और तीसरा ये है कि हम फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी के लिए बहुत अच्छा रोल प्ले कर सकते हैं. सो आई फील बेस्ड ऑन ऑल माई एक्सपीरियंसेस दैट डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ पोस्ट कैन प्ले अ वेरी बिग रोल in terms of for financial inclusion.